Human trafficking is one of the crimes that attacks the heart of humanity most directly, which is why the Church is so committed to its eradication. These are the words of Cardinal Vincent Nichols, president of the Santa Marta Group that has just finished its annual meeting in the Vatican. The Cardinal highlights that trafficking is not limited to the Third World, but rather is global.
This is robbing people of their humanity and making out of people objects. I became committed to this work a number of years ago now when I met an English woman who had been taken into modern-day slavery and trafficked into Italy to work as a prostitute. So I did not think of that as human trafficking. And as I said this morning, every country is both a country from which people are taken into slavery and to which they are brought to labor, to work.
That's why the Santa Marta Group is collaborating with law enforcement to develop guides educating the common citizen on how to see the invisible and detect trafficking cases around them. Another key factor is training the most vulnerable to resist this threat.
A place where they traffic some people, and then why are people trafficked? People trafficked because of poverty, because of ignorance, and because of lack of education. So these are things that we are working at, and then our government has to work on. The church, on the part of the church tries to create education, to educate people, to tell them that this is wrong. Because those who come to convince them, try to convince them that everything is right about it.
Although the numbers are alarming and the business is increasingly more sophisticated and underground, there are reasons for hope.
And then that's what they're pointing to people. So that you are trafficked doesn't mean you can become useless.
There was a reunion of the guests of the last 2 years at Paquita House. There were 82. And it was a most happy occasion. And perhaps the simple symbol of it was there was a 2-year-old baby there. And this was from a Nigerian woman who was rescued. She was pregnant and she stayed at Paquita House and her baby was born and she brought the baby to the party. And she'd called her little daughter Paquita.
As these bishops remind, modern slavery can be combated, and its victims, as with St. Josephine Baquita, can always start over.